Here's a quick insight of what my company Discord looks like. Before we do the one-on-one training, we have an appointment setting course. And this is where it really gets interesting. This was one of the
No,
things that
it was
changed
sick.
everything for my business.
Bro, it
Everything.
was
The clearer vision you have of everything, the better it'll be, right? These people need motivation, just like you guys. You guys need challenges. You guys need new things all the time. All right, guys. So in this call, I wanted to cover a different branch of appointment setting. So basically, I started hiring a lot of virtual assistants to do appointment setting and the management of them and the training process of them. I'm literally going to show you guys the entire process. And it's actually pretty crazy because it worked really well. So here's a quick insight of what my company Discord looks like. So at the end of the day, every single day, all appointment setters will send an end of day report. And here will be the total amount of DMs sent, total follow-ups, total positive replies, total negative, total book calls. These are all new hires. So they haven't been the best performing yet, but you can see there's a few book calls here and there. They're getting better as they go. But obviously with a lot of math, this works really, really well. Yeah, basically this is how we're currently managing it. So I'm gonna run you guys through the exact process of how I do it. All right, guys. So pretty much hiring appointment setters is actually really easy. And it's probably like the best shit that you'll ever do. So look, also, I'm gonna do a giveaway at the end of this call just for Origins members. So make sure you guys stay until the end of the call because it's going to be a good giveaway, I promise you. And it has something to do with this as well. So this is your SMMA. This is your agency right here. And basically how it works is you either have one manager or one VA right under you. You don't need to have this right off the bat. Let's just say that you don't already have a manager as of yet, because I know most of you guys are still starting out. So let's say that you have two VAs. We'll run you guys through the whole process. So the first things first is qualification. So how to qualify the VA. I do certain qualifications like working times. And for working times, it's usually an 8-hour shift, but it can be whatever you want. Like usually mine is 9 to 5 PST. Another qualification is lead gen experience. Another qualification, believe it or not, this one's going to be weird, but it's no kid and no partner. I'm going to tell you guys why in a minute. Because a lot of the times when a VA has a kid or a partner, and I'm sure anyone here who has hired a VA or any type of appointment setter, you've experienced this, where one random day, they'll be like, oh, my kid is sick. He's dying and he's going to go to the hospital. And at that point, like, what are you supposed to say to that, right? You can't just say, no, you're lying, even though they are lying, right? So you can't say that. Another one is, do you get sick often? Or do you have any diseases? Bro, this is shit that you have to ask because, bro, there's so many times where they're like, oh, I'm at the hospital. I'm sorry, I can't work. Like, no, if you're getting sick this much, it's not worth it for us, right? So we're not going to do it. You can add as much qualifications as you want. Obviously, the more qualifications you add, the harder it'll be to find someone. But typically, I'll have a little list of qualifications, and this is some of the ones that I literally personally use. By the way, I'm gonna share this YouTube chart with you guys, so you don't have to write anything right now, as of right now. And after you do the qualification, you shouldn't even do it on a call. Don't waste your time on that. And then you can go. There's two ways that you can go. The first way is one-on-one interviews. The second way is group interviews. I do have a video on group interviews. Let me link it, which is basically, bro, this shit is crazy. This is like next level life hack. Look at this, like 50 VAs in there. I'm gonna link this here. Pretty much quick breakdown of how it works is you put on a post on Upwork and you literally say, okay, this is the job description. We're having a group interview and you put the link of the Zoom and the time where you're going to do the interview. And then in the interview, you mute everyone and you go one by one interviewing them. Simple as that. This is a good way to do it if you're looking for really quality people and you have to get through a lot of people. If not, one-on-one interviews is honestly fine if you're not going to hire a lot of people. Where should we do the qualifications? By text, wherever you are looking for them. So whether it be Fiverr or Upwork, I wouldn't recommend Fiverr, but if you're doing Upwork, then text them that list saying, hey, answer these questions before we proceed. And if they answer to your qualifications, then you move on to the interview. Is outreach the main purpose of this VA? It doesn't have to be, but right now I'm showing the system that I use for outreach specifically. As of right now, like up until here, it can be for anything. The qualifications obviously change according to what you need, right? Who here currently has a VA? Type me if you currently have an active VA. Type no if you don't. Okay. Type 1 if you're considering getting one. What are you going to say, Enz?
Yeah, basically one time I did a deal with like 30 people. I got like 8 of them on commission based and they were like consistent for a week and then they just stop.
No, I
And
totally get
with
it.
my
That's a huge problem. Retention for virtual assistants is an insane problem. And I'm also going to
yeah,
show you how to fix that because I figured out a
okay,
way to fix it. It took a lot of
yeah.
fucking time, but I got it.
And also, when I interviewed them one-on-one, I asked the same qualifying questions, and they all just answered the same thing because they were so desperate to get the job.
Of course.
So yeah, it was basically like the same questions like 30 times.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. A lot of them will lie. A lot of them still lie to me. They're still, after a while, you'll figure it out. VAs are kind of a hit or miss, honestly.
Just
And
like that.
what's up, man?
Yes, so DM outreach really didn't work out for me. Will I be able to get VAs for cold calling and stuff
Of
the
course.
same way?
Of course. This is a system. So this can work for any outreach process. I'll go more in depth on that. Marathon, what's up?
Yo, so I saw that you are using Discord for your team chats, right? Why don't you use
Yeah.
Slack?
I used to use Slack and I stopped using Slack because it's literally this exact same as the Discord, except costs money, right? And to have these categories like this, you need to pay. And I was paying almost $100 a month for the amount of members I had. And now it's free.
What do you use for your clients though? Same Discord?
Yeah. Some clients will have
Okay.
their own channel and they'll be in it as well. But most clients don't care. For one-on-one interview, it's literally a normal interview. One specific thing that you can do that I started doing is ask ethical questions. The one I ask is it ever okay to lie? If so, when and why? And you ask this to figure out if they're honest people, if they're not. This goes according to your company culture and what you're actually looking for with these VAs, right? And then here comes the interesting part. So this is stuff that you guys kind of already know, I'm guessing. Here comes where it changes a little bit. Training / onboarding. Actually, let's split this up. Let's do onboarding. First thing we do is onboard them to screenshot monitor. Let me show you guys what it looks like. Well, right now, all of them finished their shift an hour ago, but you can see Annie today had a problem. So she only worked 4 hours. You can see 8 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours, 7 hours. So pretty consistent VAs. And you can see that they're all working like a good amount of time consistent. So this is what it looks like. For example, if we go on to Annie, you can see that she's prospecting and sending DMs on Facebook. Screenshot Monitor is a great tool, free up to like 3 people, I think. So if you're ever considering something to track their hours and monitor them to make sure that they're actually working, it's this. This also, whenever they stop using their mouth for a certain amount of time, which you can choose, it'll stop the hour tracker. Annie's a new recruit, so you can see she can also like put whatever she's doing. So 3rd day sending DMs, for example. So onboarding, first thing I always do is add them to Screenshot Monitor. They simply have to download it and press start. Literally that simple. Second thing is Discord team calls. So sometimes we even explain this in the interview and we do the onboarding during the interview. But pretty much we have a daily call every single day where we go over motivating them, training, going through live DMs. So we actually hop onto the virtual assistant's account and actually go through live DMs, any problems that they have, etc. This is where we do it. And we host it right here on Discord just to make things simple so they don't have to connect to Zoom, this and that. We just do it right here. Cayenne just closed the client, so that's good. So I was saying, we have a team meeting here and Discord team calls, daily team calls. It's super important that you do team calls. How many of you do team calls with your past VAs? No one? Exactly. That's a problem. I don't know who it was, Marathon. You're the one who told me about the retention of your VAs wasn't good.
Are you talking about the commission based?
Yeah, the VAs who left.
Yeah,
Exactly.
they
This is
just
why
weren't
you need to be
consistent.
constantly motivating them. And the way we do that is by having our daily calls. We also do challenges. For example, this week's challenge is whoever books the most appointments gets a $20 bonus. We also do reminders and stuff. Whenever I can't host a meeting, I have my manager host it. What's up, Marathon?
Yo, how are you tracking the bookings?
Ooh, that's a good one to show, actually. Yeah, so we have a common form that they fill out, which is an EOD, end of day report. They put in their date, the name of the virtual assistant here, and then a list of things. So total amount of DM sent, total amount of replies, total positive replies, and they basically track it themselves and fill it out here. Obviously, we have people who go into the account and actually check that they're doing the correct work and getting the correct amount of replies. Also, every call that they book, we are going to get, and they enter the name of the prospect here so we can triple check who actually booked it. And then once they fill that out, it goes here. This is a different one, but this is an example, right? So here, the responses automatically go into the spreadsheet and then it gets tracked on here. So total amount of DM sent, total replies, all the conversion and percentages, so we can keep track of everything. So you can see here, we were getting 25% average reply rate and 2.5% conversion rate. So this is what we use to track. And then, we just track the total amount of DM sent for every single person. And that's how we're tracking DMs. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yes.
Awesome. All right. After we onboard them, this can either be you or one of your VAs. So Obviously, as you scale, you'll have people who will manage for you and take care of this for you. Usually what we like to do is a single one-on-one training, just so we go through over the whole thing. Before we do the one-on-one training, we have an appointment setting course. And this is where it really gets interesting. So we have a whole course for appointment setting for VAs. 22 people have already gone through it. So this course goes over our company, what we do, our values, missions, and goals. And then we have questions after every single topic to test them, to make sure they actually learned it. So they're not just watching through the video or whatever. And we have a what is SMMA video, because a lot of these VAs have no fucking idea. And you guys are hiring them and expecting them to start booking calls. You're hiring a completely random person who has no idea what you're doing. They have to get a really good understanding because they're literally talking to prospects for you. And then their role and importance, if they do not feel important and they do not feel like they make a big change in your company, they will leave. Another question, their tasks, work, and priority. And then we have the appointment setting course for Facebook. So we have setting up the Facebook account, warming up, how to prospect with scripts and assets as examples, how to do follow-ups, how to handle objections or unique responses, a little typo there, and then questions again about all of this. And then posting in Facebook groups is another way that we do it. And then we have 3 live training videos that we have. So it's almost 3 hours of content that it's mandatory to watch before any single thing that we do with that. So after that, we do a one-on-one. Right now we have an advanced VA is what we call it. What do you guys think of this idea of doing a course? Type 1 in chat if you think it's a good idea. It's something that you would do as well. Okay, cool. Because literally with this, we've hired VAs, we've gave them this, and they started booking calls within the first day because we put a lot of time into this. If I go on to here, you can see there's a ton of text because it's really important that we explain our core values. Company culture is extremely important. If you don't treat yourself as a real company, neither will they. So you need to make sure that you're a real company. And we go through a whole hiring process. So after that, we do this. I will actually send you guys my entire free course so you guys can just copy paste it.
Yeah,
I literally,
thank you, man.
of course, man. I was literally never going to give this away, but I feel like this changes a lot and you guys will really find good value out of this. I'll put it right now in chat and I'll also put it in this diagram so you guys can have it forever.
By the way, Turo, it asks for our email address and full name. What should we do?
Yep, just put it in. So boom, it'll be here. I'll send you guys this whole document so you don't guys have to worry about it. And then we do a one-on-one training. The one-on-one training is pretty easy, but it's just to triple verify that they actually know what they're doing here. So they actually learned it. After that, daily call, ready to go. We set their accounts up and I'll show you guys an example. Our sending DMs process is not the easiest in terms to set up and not the cheapest, but it works fucking well. So that's what we do. So here we have multiple of these hide my account accounts because there's limits to each. Pretty much each VA gets 10 accounts. Do they use their own accounts for cold DMs or you give them? We provide ready set accounts and each VA gets 10 accounts. So the alias of the account is the first 2 names and then Viraptic would be essentially the client. This account is only for the VAs who are doing outreach for us. Well, actually there's some for Kenny actually as well. And then the name on the right side is the VA's name. So they know which account they run and which accounts they don't run. And for example, we go to a random account just to show you guys. Currently, we're only doing Facebook, but we're going to expand to Instagram very soon. It's just that it's a bit different. So we're going to do a whole new course just for Instagram as well. We're using Hide My Account, which is browsers. And then within those, we have proxies. So this allows each VA to literally be able to log into 100 accounts and none of them get banned for IPs or anything like that. So this is an average account for a VA. You see, we're sending DMs, nothing special, nothing too crazy. But yeah, each one sends around 10 per day as of now, and then they're scaling up to 20 per day. What about the profile pic? They come ready set up. So look, I'll show you guys another one and how the profile looks.
Do you buy the accounts at the book account buy or something?
Yep. I'll show you guys the website right now.
Yeah, I
It's
bought
not
them
cheap.
too there.
It's definitely worth it though. Bro, these accounts are fire. That's all I'm gonna say. Like it's fucking worth it. They come name ready, profile picture, and friends already. Bro, tell me you wouldn't book a meeting with this chick. Come on, guys. Light work. This is where we buy it from. It's $42 per 10 account. This is the ones we get, 2017 ones. So if you're interested, get those. And then they also sell Instagram ones.
But Jura, what do you think about LinkedIn outreach? Because I started doing it and it's literally so good. Get a lot of replies and a lot of them are interested.
I think that any type of outreach is good as long as the people that you're reaching out to are there. For For example, I get a ton of people who message me saying, hey, I just saw this person who is getting a ton of booked meetings through Instagram, and I tried it and I'm not getting any booked meetings. I'm like, of course you're not, because that person has completely different prospects to you. So for example, a realtor isn't going to be on, for example, TikTok, maybe, probably not, right? But you get the idea. A realtor is most likely going to be on Instagram. There's a lot of realtors on Instagram. There's a lot of realtors that pick up the phone. So you have to figure out where your people are. For me, when I target SMMA owners, I know that there's a ton on Facebook. I know there's a ton on Discord. I know there's a ton on TikTok. So that's what I use to target them, right? You just have to figure out where they are. And if it works for you, then double down on it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the only thing that Book accounts by doesn't have any LinkedIn account, so that sucks. But he's out of storage, you said, or something, out of stock.
All right, I've left the link here as well for you guys to get. I've literally bought almost probably over 200 accounts. Here's another neat trick. So technically they only accept card, but if you start a chat, they only accept crypto, but if you start a chat, they'll take card. So that's what I usually always do. You can maybe buy from somewhere else. Yeah. All right, guys. So now you've done the account setup. Now there's a few other things. So there's a lot of little things that I've shown you, but I haven't mentioned. Okay. So you might want to rewatch this video when you're actually setting this up, because there's a lot, these are the main things, but in between these things, there's a lot of things, right? Another one of these things is, for example, account problem. Can't start DM in 5 accounts. I can just do interactions. Can't start conversations with these accounts. Whenever we have account problems or people get kicked out of groups or people get suspended, they send us here and then we replace them. They tell us the name, so the alias, and then we simply go there and replace it. We have a huge database of accounts and we can just simply replace it. Now we're going to hire a VA to take care of this. So that's what it means to scale. Eventually your little, daily meetings and stuff like that are going to be taken care of by someone else. So that's another little thing that you need to have. One other thing that we've implemented is graphic improvement. So submit an anonymous response, because we always want to be improving, and it's questions about graphics management and bonus and salaries and anything that they would like us to add or change or improve. What about content on these accounts? Content is super simple, guys, literally. So the Facebook accounts already come with profile pictures and everything. The Instagram accounts come with nothing. So all you literally do is copy and paste the alias, download the image and put it there, buy some followers off somewhere, and you're set. And what I usually do is I post 2 pictures and I make the account private. So it doesn't matter what pictures they are, because it'll just say 2 posts, but they can't see the post. And that's a fully set account. Where will the diagram be available? I'll put it in chat at the end of this call, and I'll put it when I upload this call as well. So once you've set up the account, management can also be retention. There's a few things that go into this: quality control, KPIs, attendance, let's say daily meetings, attendance, one-on-one trainings. So this is what I would consider. I'm gonna explain all of these right now. Okay, so first of all is quality control. Is everyone with me? Does this make sense? I know this is long. I want to make sure this isn't boring. Is everyone with me? Can you type me in chat if this is making sense and this is good information? Yes, yes, yes. Awesome. So first things first is quality control. Now, it's easy to trust people and to just say, okay, tell me how many DMs you sent, but you actually need to go into the accounts and check yourself all of the time. I know it sounds stupid, but you have to, because the moment you start slipping up, you don't think people will take advantage of that and just say that they sent DMs when they didn't? Of course they will. They don't give a they just want money, less work, easiest for them, right? So you need someone doing quality control, whether that be a manager or another VA that you trust. You want to have quality control. And even though you can literally monitor what they're doing live, that doesn't matter. You still need to go in there and check. And quality control can be the total amount of DMs that they're sending and stuff like that, as well as the quality of the DMs. And you can figure this out through KPIs. So the KPIs that you set are super easy to do. You literally just time yourself for 1 hour. You go on your phone, 1 hour, or on your laptop would be better because they're working on their laptop. For 1 hour, you time yourself and you see how many DMs you can send. That will be your first ever KPI. You need to be sending at least this amount of DMs every single hour. That's what you would say to your VA. If you're not hitting this, there's a problem. And what you do is you do a one-on-one training with them to figure out the problem, because it doesn't mean that they're doing it on purpose. It might just be that they're lacking some sort of efficiency somewhere, right? And then another one could be, if this person has the exact same script as this person, but this person is booking X amount of calls every single day, and this person's not booking anything, this one's doing something wrong. So again, you go and you have a one-on-one training with them. This can either be you or your future manager. And then you have the daily meetings, which is what I showed you. You can even have your own Discord channel with some reminders and stuff, which looks cool, and everyone joins. Yeah, pretty much we would put this link. Yeah, what you need to do is literally have daily calls with them. There's no other way around it. This is the best way to motivate them and to keep them consistent. What we do is they have an 8-hour shift. From right now, I'm in Spain, so the time is a bit different, but usually it's 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. is their 8-hour shift for us. So for the first 30 minutes of their shift before they start, which is still counts during their shift, they will join the meeting and we'll talk about everything. So what we talk about in these meetings is KPIs, goals, motivation, challenges, account problems, live trainings, live DM reviews, questions. So that would be like what to respond to X person when they don't know, right? So these are certain things that you can cover in these meetings that are super, super easy to do. One-on-one training, again, anytime you have a problem with one of these two, then you shift over to here. And that's pretty much in a nutshell how to do it, how I personally do it and how I make it work. And then another thing that we implemented, since we have around 4 VAs doing outreach just for us, apart from clients, is we have a team data chat where we will add all of them together every single day and we'll input it here. So look, this is what we just implemented. I just sent it to him. So the team EOD. So at the end of every day, our appointment setter team and our agent team, our agents are simply cold callers or warm callers that are calling leads. We would have a total amount of the team. So it's pretty much like an EOD, but all of the employees added up together. I know that might have been a lot or a bit boring, but this is one of the things that changed.
Fire.
This was one of the
No,
things that
it was
changed
sick.
everything for my business. Almost
Bro, it
everything.
was-
Oh, another thing
Yeah.
that I forgot to tell you guys, but before we hire them, we have 1 day of training where we do all the course as well as the one-on-one training. And then we have a 1-week trial. All of this is paid. We pay for the training, we pay them for the trial. And it's a 1-week trial. And we tell them, if you do not perform, you're not getting into the team. If you do perform, you're getting into the team. We call it a boot camp. And this changes everything as well because they take you so much more seriously. If you guys are hiring a VA and telling them to start working on the hour, they won't take you seriously. So all of
So
this,
for the first week, you don't pay.
no, we always pay for everything. We pay for the training, we pay for the trial, we pay
Like
for
what?
everything.
Like
What do
what
you mean?
amount or
The same as their rate.
how
We
do you
start
pay them? Okay.
we start at the lowest rate and then we move them up as they're performing. So if they perform well, we reward people for everything. If they're showing up on time for every single call, they're completing their shift every single, like consistently, you should reward them with that.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, before I do some Q&A, we have about 15 minutes left. I'm going to be doing a giveaway. I'm going to be giving away a $1 an hour VA and we're going to be helping you train them. And we're also going to help you create your own system. So for every single person in this call right now, type your first name in chat and I'll open up a giveaway spinner. All right, guys, you ready?
Yes, sir.
This is for a $1 an hour full-time VA. You guys are going to cover that shit, not me. But it's the cheapest VA you'll find. And I'll show you guys how to train them and everything myself. So I'll help you guys create this system because these VAs are performing really
go.
well. Oof. And
Oof.
almost
Stefan.
Almost.
Stefan.
Let's
got
go.
you.
Let's go, Stefan. Let's go.
Thank you.
You win a trip
Stefan,
to my
what's
friend.
your Discord? I'll add you in with my operations manager and all you have to do is write your qualifications for your VA. All right, perfect, guys. Let's do some Q&A. All right, Mateo,
Hey, Tura, how are you?
what's up, man?
I want to ask you about call centers. It's not related with VAs, but if I had a outreach agency, how would you get a call center to use for clients? What would you do?
You want to white label a call center?
Yeah, I don't know how they work, so that's mostly the question.
Okay. Research into REI, one of the biggest call centers that there is. I hire a lot of my callers. Basically, they have previous client acquisition managers, and I hired one of them, and he helped me a lot through it. So research into that company because REI, where's the G at now monthly? Not enough. Not enough for me to stay. All right, guys, leave me alone. Basically, I've been working a lot on my systems and stuff. Like, for example, this system is literally like a month old. I just showed you guys something that I created less than a month ago, and I'm still changing it up to now. Like, this wasn't exactly like that a month ago, but it started off with the course, and from there, I improved it all the way until now. But yeah, I'm working a lot more on my team itself and my systems in order to be able to scale. So right now, we have the capabilities to book a ton of calls, but we don't have enough closers. Pretty good problem, I would say. But yeah, Mateo, did that answer your question?
Yeah, I mean, this raise mostly for real estate. I mean,
yeah,
would
real
I
estate is the
be able
most.
to get?
Yeah, they'll give you VAs for anything, bro. Real estate is the most. That's where the most demand is for cold callers because that's how agents get buyers. Marathon, what's up, man?
Yo, thanks for all the information, man. And my question is, how do you make sure that your VAs don't message the same person?
Very good question. So there's 2 ways. Well, actually, there's 1 way, but it's different for Instagram and Facebook. For Facebook, what we do is we scrape people from groups. So we have a big database of groups, and each account for each VA is in 1 group. So we make sure that when we're prospecting for groups, we never send the same group twice. And
Shout out
then
to IG.
on Instagram, we scrape followers and likes from creators. So why are you smiling like that, bro? So basically, it would be one creator per VA, and then we would scrape like a ton of leads. And so, man,
So, bro. So basically, the last time we had our call when we talked about the improvement, about daily routine and everything, I'm getting into that. I'm preparing something to get a routine every day. I'm just struggling with my sleep, to sleep early and to wake up early. But really, my question is because I noticed that the challenges every week that they motivate me very hard to get the goal. So, do we have this week's challenge? Do we have something in mind?
okay, I'll put you guys against my virtual assistants, head to head, not head to head, in between you guys. How about most booked appointment gets $20? Same deal as my VAs, but for you guys, Wednesday to Wednesday. How does that sound? Or we can do the best team outreach system build. We did that once. We did that for a funnel once, and it came out great. Like some of you guys had some crazy funnels. All right,
Yeah,
so
I
let's
like both.
vote.
I would go for
I'm gonna
second.
put it in chat. I'm gonna put it in
Bro, I'm
chat.
gonna win that one.
Most appointment set to. All right, DMs. By the way, the message I'm gonna send now, DMs counts for Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever you want to do. So one for
Hey.
most appointments set,
Wanna
two
see us?
for the best
Yeah.
outreach system. One, two, 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 one. Keep voting, guys. Don't vote twice, man. All right, well, I guess 2 wins unless other people start voting. 2-1, democracy is finest. I'm sorry, guys. 2 wins by what?
Yeah,
One?
that's fair. That's fair.
1 point? Damn. Okay, cool. So basically, all you have to do is build an outreach process, just like the one I showcased in this video. And it can be for any type of outreach strategy. So I don't remember who it was. If it was Marathon or End that was doing LinkedIn outreach.
Yeah, it's just me.
Perfect.
Luke.
You can do that.
Yeah, I do Facebook too, but I just switched to like LinkedIn too because it's so good. Also, do we win $20 or the 1 point on the leaderboard?
Both.
Thank you, man.
Anas, go ahead, man.
Yes, bro. So, I never really did any sort of service delivery or onboarding calls. So do you think I should like kind of figure out all those steps once or twice, and then go for this massive VA system?
I think that you're overlooking this. This doesn't mean that you're going to scale immediately. The clearer vision you have of everything, the better it'll be, right? So for me, whenever I'm creating a system for anything, I want to have each fucking step of everything cleared out. I want to know everything.
Yeah.
Because here's the problem. When you're doing it yourself out of your brain, you already know how your outreach system works. But if you don't write it down and create a system and a process out of it, then it requires constant thinking. A process is always the same. So when this happens, basically, right? Basically, what it means is that it doesn't require any brain power. And if it doesn't require any brain power, you have more access to your brain for other functions that are more important, like the top parts of your company, like new ideas, new implementations, and stuff like that.
So maybe if I happen to hire VAs, maybe I should go for like 4 or 5, right? Or 1 or 2.
You don't
What do you
don't
think?
have to. Well, that'll depend on you, man. Like I always, whenever I'm starting something, I always go low. First of all, I really learn it myself, like very well. Once that's done, I hire 1 or 2 VAs. And once I hire those 2 VAs and I train them and they're just as good as me, then I use those VAs to hire other VAs. And that's how you scale.
Right. So all of these VAs are commission based or $1 per hour VA?
$1 per hour. And
Yeah, man,
obviously
that's
they only stay like that for around 2 to 4 weeks max, because eventually they are performing so well that, we give them raises. Because if they don't see
Right.
a way to build themselves within the company, a way to increase
Mhm.
their role, their salary, commissions, bonuses, they will leave. These people need motivation, just like you guys. You guys need challenges. You guys need new things all the time, right? So do they. It's just
Yeah.
the same. You can't give them a boring job that's always the same every single day. They need excitement as well.
Yeah, where are these VAs usually from? What country are they?
Philippines. So
Mostly
my
Philippines.
my $1 an hour setters and DM outreacher are all from the Philippines, and all my cold callers are from Egypt.
Yeah, so I'm basically looking for cold callers because DMs are really just not working at all for me. I don't know why. So
What's your budget for a cold caller?
I don't know. I should maybe figure it out.
If you need
Maybe I
any
can-
like good cold callers, you let me know, man.
Yeah, I need 1 or 2 good cold callers, man.
Okay, what's good though?
You mean the price?
Yeah.
I can put down like maybe 50, 100 at the start.
Nah, in terms of hourly, man. We don't charge any fees or anything.
What's the norm? Like 2 or 3?
Not for a good one. Bro, my own cold
Okay.
caller is $5 an hour.
Right.
All right,
Yeah,
Abdullah,
sure.
go ahead, man.
Hey Zuru, how's it going?
How's it going, man?
Yeah, everything's fine. Everything's fine. So I just started cold calling recently, and when they ask me what's this call about, I'm saying that it regards to marketing, and when I'm saying that, they just hang up on me like always. So what would you say in my situation? Like,
You you should never say that in the first place. You shouldn't like say that because they already are gonna know that you're gonna pitch them something. So it has to be like real natural, like you're calling your friend. Don't even say sorry for bother you or sorry for taking your time, nothing like that. So I mean, I don't know what niche you are.
Okay.
No, that's a very good tip, Mateo. That's literally it. That's what I was about to say.
Okay, thanks.
Awesome. Anas,
Hey.
last question.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask your opinion on what do you think, like, if I partner up with someone working in the same niche and kind of pool our efforts and time?
It could work. I don't really make sense of it because you don't need a partner for SMMA. You really don't, because you can hire people for everything. So to have someone who's going to take 50% of your profits makes no sense to me. But there is two people in mentorship who are making it work, and they're on call 6-7 hours a day. So they are making it work. And, obviously it has its benefits. For me, it doesn't personally make sense, but if it works for you, then congrats. And I'm very happy for you.
Thanks, buddy.
Of course. I've seen many people who make it work. Many people.
Yeah, because I kind of like tend to work more efficiently when there's an interaction with someone doing the same
Everyone
work
does.
as I do.
Everyone does. But that's not something that you work better as. You just work worse when you're alone.
No, Turo, I have a quick question. Do you give your VAs like a bonus when they book an appointment, or because I'm planning to do like I said, commission based upfront, and then when they perform good, I'm gonna give them like an hourly rate.
We do hourly, commission per book call, commission per client close, and bonuses every single week. So challenges, most appointments booked, most conversions, most positive replies. So there's a lot there.
Okay.
So that's why
awesome.
that $1 an hour isn't as low as you think it is.
True.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
Well, that's all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Thank you for
Yeah,
the
man.
call. See ya.
Thank
Of
you
course,
so much.
man.
See you.
Thank
Guys.
you.
See you guys
Bye.
in a bit.